Hello, my name is Francisco Molina, and I'm in your PAF 311 Leadership and Change class. With me is my fellow student, Christopher Barajas. Christopher, tell me about yourself.
So I am a youth leader over at Temple Bethel, or Bethel Temple basically. And I've been a youth leader for the past 2-3 years.
Nice. What do you do as a youth leader there?
As a youth leader, we basically just focus on motivating and just kind of helping the youth or the kids that we're working with to just be better people, or just kind of get in contact with them and help them out and build a moral structure.
Nice. So you would say that your role's pretty important, right? Who else works with you? Like, do you have any other peers that are leaders as well?
So my role basically is kind of important because we do work firsthand, and we do work with more personal time with them. We do have other leaders that work with me, which is 2 other people.
So I'm just going to ask you a couple quick questions, just about your overall cause and what you're trying to do and accomplish here at Bethel Temple. So do you see, as far as the individuals that you're kind of overwatching, you said youth, so do you kind of see them willing to want to change by themselves, or do you kind of gotta push them to change, or how does that really work?
So some of them do want to change. Some of them are kind of hesitant to change because they don't really like change within themselves. Since a lot of them come from broken homes, or that a lot of them come from situations which aren't favorable to children, they change to them is something that can be kind of scary to them.
Mm-hmm.
So we try to motivate them as much as possible, but we do this through self-empowerment and through self-motivation. So with them, we try to just instill in them this kind of a need for themselves, if they really feel they need to change and to move forward and to strive and to be different.
I think that's perfect. What do you do to motivate them? I know they're youth, so it is sometimes hard to motivate younger generation to do things.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you even go about motivating them?
So we go about motivating them basically through just playing games with them.
Okay.
We try to just be with them and kind of spend time with them. So through motivation with them is just us giving them our time. So we do this through either just instilling this moral compass, through just instilling some sort of values in them and helping them understand that what they're doing is basically for the greater good of themselves rather than for the greater good of others. But also letting them understand that being a Christian person doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be a boring person.
Exactly.
So we try to motivate them through them understanding that they don't necessarily have to be someone that they're not, but just be someone that can be a positive change towards society. And we try to just motivate that through self-empowerment, basically.
What is you've already touched on it, so your overall vision, what is your end effort? What do you think about when you think of the word vision?
So our vision with this group is basically, it's super important to have a vision, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
because like you've said, with youth, they're very sporadic, they're very hard to control, and they just kind of do things for themselves as they please. So when we have a vision, we have control. When we have control, we can help them understand what we're trying to do and accomplish, and the ultimate goal that we're trying to strive for. So with vision, for me, I feel like it's an important thing to have as a leader, because if you don't give them a vision, you don't give them an end result. You don't give them an understanding for where they're supposed to go and what point they're supposed to get to in order for us to understand that we've done what we needed to do.
Of course, I wouldn't assume less, but you guys just are all about promoting optimism around in the youth group and stuff. How do you guys go about rewarding? Do you guys have a kind of a reward system, or how do you go about that? Because I know little kids, you could be talking to them, but you won't engage their attention unless you have some sort of something to offer them, right?
So with them, basically for a reward system, what we do is that we try to reward them either with fun activities. So we'll plan a bowling trip. We'll plan maybe sometimes go to Peter Pepper Pizza, go get pizza with them. Just things that really appeal to them as for their age, basically.
Yeah.
So we don't try to give them things that are obviously either too demeaning for them, so things for children, but we try to give them something that's appropriate for them.
Yeah.
So a reward that is something that they look forward to, and that they look forward to spending time with each other while doing this.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be giving 8-year-olds coloring books or something. You want to take them somewhere that maybe they haven't been to, or some fun activity where they can kind of conjugate and share ideas. How do you see short-term wins? Do you kind of is this process more of we want to get to the long haul and get to the end goal, or are you satisfied with little short-term wins you go?
So with goals, basically, or with meeting goals, we try to focus on the long-term goal, obviously. But within getting to that long-term goal, we have to keep in mind that these are youth These are kids from ages 8 to basically 17, 16. So we try to keep that in mind. A lot of them have this short attention span. So we obviously can't just keep them always focused on this one ending goal without us keeping focused short-term goals. Because if we have short-term goals, and we can just lead them towards it, and they get these rewards every once in a while when we reach these goals, because they understand that there is an end result from all that we're doing, basically.
Mm-hmm. And it kind of keeps them like
motivated, basically.
Motivated, yeah, because like if you didn't ever reward them or like celebrate the short-term wins, then they would like kind of lose interest, you know. So because I know that's a very important part to discuss with your fellow leaders, because if there's no like communication there, then you could be saying different things to different people. So how do you go about that?
So we go about communicating basically within the leaders ourselves. We go about communicating with text messages, phone calls, or meetings every Sunday and Wednesday, basically. With communication with the youth, we go about it in using innovative ways such as like Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook, just ways to get their attention.
What are the values and traditions that you hope to see in the future? Like, what's the end result that you hope that you acquire from this whole ordeal?
We want to produce these young men and women who ultimately want to be an optimistic, positive change in the world. So we want to produce them through instilling these values of religion, values of just basically self-worth, values of education, because we do focus on education. We try to tell them that education is key and education is power.
I honestly think that what you're doing here, Christopher, is like a very great thing, and it's like very noble. You dedicate time out of school. So for you to even donate more time, to this youth group, it just shows what kind of character you have, and you should just feel proud of yourself. Definitely. I think that's all the questions I have. Thank you for sharing your time with me and your interview. So,
okay,
thanks.
Thank you.